At the very end of the Matrix Revolutions, after the war is over, after Neo sacrifices himself, and peace is finally achieved, two of the most powerful programs in the Matrix meet quietly, watching the sunrise. The architect turns to the Oracle and says something that changes how we should understand the entire Matrix story.
You played a very dangerous game.
And the Oracle doesn't deny it. She simply replies,
"Change always is."
That single exchange reveals something shocking. The architect acknowledges that the Oracle manipulated events. He recognizes she risked the stability of the Matrix. He implies that her actions nearly caused catastrophic collapse, and her plan was unpredictable and outside machine logic, and she may have even gambled with the extinction of humanity itself. Then, standing beside her, Seraph asks the question we've all been wondering.
Did you always know?
And the Oracle gives an answer that completely redefines her character.
Oh no, I didn't. But I believed.
Believed. In what? What was this quote-unquote dangerous game she was playing? Why would a machine program help the human rebellion and risk destroying the very system she was created to protect? To understand the Oracle's true motivation, we have to go back to the moment she met Neo in The Matrix Reloaded.
Well, come on. I ain't gonna bite you. Come around here and let me have a look at you.
This meeting takes place because Neo wanted to understand the visions he's been seeing.
How do you feel? I know you're not sleeping. We'll get to that.
She is the only entity who previously helped him understand his destiny. He believes she can explain what his visions mean. Neo also seeks her guidance. He wants to know what his next step should be.
Let's get the obvious stuff out of the way.
You're not human, are you?
At this point, Neo suspects that the Oracle is not human at all, so he directly confronts her. The Oracle openly confirms she is not human, and she removes illusion or mystery around her nature. But that's not even the most important part.
If I had to guess, I'd say you're a program from the machine world. I suppose the most obvious question is, how can I trust you?
Bingo. It is a pickle, no doubt about it.
This is why this meeting is so important. Here, Neo tries to understand what the Oracle's true motivations are. Why should she help them, and how can they trust her without knowing her true intentions? The Oracle acknowledges the paradox openly.
Bad news is there's no way if you can really know whether I'm here to help you or not.
As always, she refuses to give a direct answer.
So it's really up to you. Just have to make up your own damn mind.
She is forcing him to accept that faith, belief, and intuition are necessary when logic and prediction reach their limits. In simple terms, she's showing that real freedom means making decisions even when you can't prove you're making the right one.
Candy?
Do you already know if I'm going to take it?
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't.
Neo asks this because he is testing whether his choices are truly his own or already predetermined. Neo is confronting the paradox of free will. If someone already knows your decision, is it still a real choice? The scene suggests that choices come from who you already are, not from random moments.
But if you already know, how can I make a choice?
Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it.
The Oracle is revealing that destiny in the Matrix already exists as a fixed outcome. Neo is not there to create the choice, but to realize and accept the role he is destined to play. The Oracle suggests that understanding fate is part of fulfilling it, not escaping it. Here, the Oracle is preparing Neo to face his destiny as the One, but she also uses psychological manipulation, which can absolutely be read as a form of reverse psychology. By saying that Neo doesn't have a choice, she is encouraging him to be unpredictable, to make choices that he usually wouldn't make. And that unpredictability is what ultimately influences the most important choice he has to make later on.
I feel like that is why you're given an intuition. You know, if you ever like remember as a kid, you always like knew like I'm gonna do this, or you seen this vision of yourself, or you like I know for me, I used to have a vision of how I was gonna be, how how things was gonna look out. And don't get me wrong, it didn't look like that, but it's starting to look like that. So it makes me feel like you do have a choice. Stop y'all too. You do have a choice between the right choice. I feel like you have intuition to say like in the Bible it says that God always gives you a way out before temptation. Kind of like that. You can go this route or you can go that route. Each route has a predetermined series of events, but you got to use your intuition. Either your higher self or your lower self is guiding you, and your higher self will lead you to your higher predetermined events, whether it's your lower self will lead you to your lower predetermined events. But you do have a choice, the higher self or the lower self. That's how I feel.
One of my favorite themes to explore in the fourth Matrix movie is the decimation of your dogmas, specifically the dogmas that form after we enter a new paradigm and we start winning. Temptation for all of us after we've been suffering for so long, your head finally comes above the clouds and you can finally take a breath, to just stay there. Most of us just hold on to that breath for dear life and just don't want anything to change. One of the ways the film explores this is when we get back to Zion, now Io, we see they're in a completely different space. Something that Niobe points to is that the reason they were able to do this is because they were able to let go of the rigid dogmas that were dominating them when Morpheus was in charge. It's precisely because they let go of the paradigm of the us versus them mentality with the machines that they were able to elevate to this new space of prosperity. Just that quick, we find that Niobe is incredibly attached to this paradigm, rightfully so, and she's literally willing to do anything to hold on to it. We end up finding out from Bugs that Niobe's priority is no longer on freeing minds. She's so frustrated with Bugs' recklessness, she takes her ship, she puts Neo in jail. Like most of us, Niobe's only willing to change any of this out of necessity and because she's giving a slightest bit of certainty. Just completely understand the reason that most of us hold on so tight is because we have a feeling of certainty. End of the day, the thing that really ends up changing the paradigms for us is the recognition that nothing is certain, and the energy that ends up moving the needle, the energy of Bugs and Neo, which is fundamentally a leap of faith.
You know, and I feel that, hold on. My bad, y'all. I had to pause it for a second, my kids. But I feel as though, true, like we do have a tendency to stick to what's comfortable, to the norm. Like this is what I'm used to. But it's outside of that comfortability. It's taking that leap of faith, that risk, that you go to your higher purpose. And I feel like your south node is your comfortable node. Whereas your north node, your purpose is the node that's like, ooh, ooh. And we tend to cling to that, comfortability. But when we decide to say no, I'm gonna just go. And if it's not comfortable, because change is not comfortable, growth is not comfortable, but it's necessary for your betterment.
How dramatic.
Tiffany?
It was a private joke. An amusement, that's all.
An amusement? Kind of like that?
Okay. Ow. If you hated the name so much, why did you heal like a good little bitch so long?
Yeah, definitely asked for that.
Can't you control her?
That was for using children.
We have a few questions.
You tried to activate the failsafe.
The suits tried, obviously without control of your source code. I knew that was impossible.
So why haven't the suits purged you?
Because I know this system. I know human beings. And I know you. Right now you're feeling good about what you've done. You should. It was a victory. Bravo. Now what? You've come here to negotiate some kind of deal? You think you hold all the cards because you can do whatever you want in this world. I say, go for it. Remake it. Knock yourselves out. Paint the sky with rainbows. But here's the thing. The sheeple aren't going anywhere. They like my world. They don't want this sentimentality. They don't want freedom or empowerment. They want to be controlled. They crave the comfort of certainty. And that means you two, back in your pods, unconscious and alone, just like them.
We're not here to negotiate anything.
We were on our way to remake your world.
Change a few things.
Kind of like the paint the sky with rainbows idea.
Just remind people what a free mind can do.
I forgot. It's easy to forget.
He makes it easy.
That he does.
Something you should think about.
Before we got started, we decided to stop by to say thank you. You gave us something we never thought we could have.
And what is that?
Another chance.
I think I heard.
Honestly, y'all, and then that's how the elite really. Hold on, Lo. That's how the elite really views the herd. That they feel like it's a herd mentality. I really like the last one. Really delve into how the higher up the elite people that consider themselves elite, how they view the masses.
Your every move is monitored, your thoughts, your behaviors, harvested. What seems like work, like growth, is in reality fuel for something else. Your energy, your efforts, all serve a deeper hidden purpose. The simulation even shows you glimpses of success, other inmates leaving, attaining freedom. You believe it's possible, you think you can be next. But these stories, these releases, they are part of the illusion. You are not alone in this world. The social fabric around you is another layer of control. Some will push you to conform, others will rise to leadership roles, keeping the order intact. And if you question, you will be redirected, reset. But you keep moving forward. The system, ever adaptive, provides new programs, new privileges, new hope. The cycle repeats endlessly. You remain driven, unaware that the freedom you seek will never come. Trapped, yet always hopeful. Always striving, but never free. Welcome to the prison of the soul.
Damn. However, they do call Earth the prison planet that imprisons the souls. So, I mean, bam.
Who saw the movie The Matrix? Okay, good. Matrix was a banging movie to me, and the reason why I appreciated it so much was because, do you remember at the end when Neo realized his potential? He started to see the binary code. You remember that? The whole world. Well, that's where I'm trying to be spiritually. I'm trying to see the word of God in the whole world. So every time that agent throws a punch, I'm like, I see you. Oh, okay. I'm just catching his punches. So I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid because I'm starting to see that. Things are just, situations materialize themselves and, oh, he's an agent. But here's the trick. Here's the trick. Here's the trick is that you have to remember that sometimes you can be an agent. You can be an agent to yourself. You can be an agent against someone else and not even realize that you're being used, That's the Matrix.
Short, but powerful and impactful. I love Lauryn Hill.
It's classified as a non-physical reality. What happens is that slit opens up more and more and more. So you see more and more of that reality, and we assume that we see different realities. They're not very different realities, but rather a very extended, broad view of one very large reality.
Can we speed that up by doing it?
Yeah. Well, you use techniques which push the nervous system a lot faster. Those techniques are available.
Shortly after making that claim, he was gone. In 1979, Itzhak Bentov was on his way to Japan to meet with leading scientists and share that he had cracked the code of reality. But his first flight from Chicago to Los Angeles never made it. The plane crashed. Strange. The man who had spent years mapping the hidden architecture of consciousness died on his way to reveal it. Later, parts of his work surfaced in CIA files, quietly folded into their own projects. Modern physics now flirts with this idea through quantum field theory, but Bentov wasn't a physicist chasing equations.
And isn't that what they kind of do when it's somebody to go ahead and expose stuff? They try to,
Agent Smith effect. If you're talking to somebody like a friend or a family member about what you saw on TV, everybody's having a great conversation about it. But as soon as you stop and talk about is 9/11 a conspiracy or what they're putting in our food is poison, all of a sudden that person will then change and they'll almost become like a prison guard to stop you from talking about those topics. It's like this matrix programming takes over their body.
How many of y'all that is on this path that sees things like this have experienced that? I know I have. I've been told I was crazy, but now that life showing up that guess what? I was spot on.
bits and pieces of information, but what we know for certain is that at some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
AI? You mean artificial intelligence?
A singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines. We don't know who struck first, us or them, but we know that it was us that scorched the sky. At the time, they were dependent on solar power, and it was believed that they would be unable to survive without an energy source as abundant as the sun. Throughout human history, we have been dependent on machines to survive. Fate, it seems, is not without a sense of irony. The human body generates more bioelectricity than a 120-volt battery and over 25,000 BTUs of body heat. Combined with a form of fusion, the machines had found all the energy they would ever need. There are fields, endless fields, where human beings are no more. Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
No. I don't believe it.
That's how most people are in the beginning of realizing that it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. But y'all let me know how y'all feel. So you guys, we've reached the end of the video. When I tell you, yes, hello. When I tell you that's the reason why this has been one of the hardest videos to film, oh my goodness, and it's been the longest, honest. Well, some of my other ones that were longer, but we're like, y'all, love been testing my patience. But I want to thank Lamb. Now we call Gab Lamb, and that's because let me tell y'all why we call it Lamb. Because we used to call it there's a French word called lagniappe, a little bit extra. Should be a little extra. So that's lamb. My little lagniappe, a little extra. So anyway, y'all, I hope you guys gained a lot. This was an interesting video to do, and I'm looking forward now to doing the Terminator because now I want to see that one. This is fun. And I hope it's fun for you guys to watch it as well. It's fun as it is for me to film it, even through my aggravation. What? Oh yeah. As my manager over here says, you guys don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I have a bad habit of not saying that, and I'm gonna change my intro. I'm gonna have Gabs help me, change my intro so I can remember to say that because I never say, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't. I never remember to say that. Well, you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Is that good, boss? Thank you. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I have to go take care of my kiddos, and my mommy's coming over so we can do some things. So I have to get into that mind frame, and then I have to edit this video to deal with the lovely editing process and uploading. So I will see you guys next week. I won't do a double video like this like I did this past week, but I will see you guys on the following Monday. And so until I see you guys again, you guys be good, be safe, love you, love you, love you, mwah, 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 and bye. Yeah. Well, I gotta stop. Bye.